Hi everyone, Summit here. I'm back again with another video, only this time my microphone quality isn't god-awful. Anyways, in this video I'm going to be showing you guys how I managed to do 2 hours on MOT solo with only a sniper rifle. To accomplish this feat I was using Wukong and the Vectis Prime. Sniper rifles in general get a bad rap, especially when it comes to solo survival, because in a horde shooter like Warframe, having to individually aim and kill targets with single fire weapons isn't nearly as effective as spin-to-win whips or carpet bombing whole rooms with explosives. However, even though this hinders their effectiveness, it doesn't stop snipers from being one of the best, if not the best class of primary weapons in the game versus high-level content. Because what they lack in kills per second is more than made up for with raw power. Now this brings me to the Vectis Prime. Unlike other sniper rifles, the Vectis Prime only has 2 rounds in its magazine, and that can be decreased even further to just 1 round with either a ribbon or depleted reload. Now the interesting thing about only having 1 round in the magazine is that fire rate becomes irrelevant. A weapon's fire rate with only 1 round is completely dependent on its reload speed. And as you can see in this gameplay, I'm shooting much faster than you would regularly be able to with the Vectis. This allows it to have the kills per second required for it to do well in solo survival. Assuming you can actually aim and hit targets, that is. However, aim can always be improved upon, and I find it particularly fun to go into solo survival without any heads-up display. Anyways, I'll show you guys how I'm doing this in a bit, but first I'm going to move over to some gameplay of the run and then go over to both the builds for my Vectis and for Wukong. Okay, moving on over to the gameplay now, I'm going to start us off at 109 minutes in. Now, as you can see at the top left corner of the screen, I am still pretty good on life support, and that Rhino that you're seeing, that's a Spectre, and I just had him there to keep some company during this solo run. He wasn't actually buffing me at all, which was rather disappointing, and I'm not sure why he wasn't doing so. However, it still just goes to show just how powerful the Vectis is, because even without the roar buff, I'm still doing massive damage to these enemies. And currently right now they're around 280 or so, and all those slash procs you're seeing, that's from Hunter munitions. Now, it's really important with the Vectis in this build is what you really need to do is aim for the head. And the reason for that is you have several separate multipliers all stacking together on headshots. You have the weak point modifier, you have the critical headshot modifier, and you have the Vectis as it's scoped in will also give you extra damage on headshots. So that's 3 different multipliers all stacking together to make this an absolute monster when you hit the head. If you hit the head and you get Hunter munitions to proc, you're going to be able to kill extremely high level enemies in one shot. I imagine you can probably go up to level 4 or 500 bombards, assuming you actually allow the slash ticks to go on and continue on their head, and you don't just keep shooting them, which I do in this video just to speed up the process. However, you can definitely kill them up to level 4 or 500 without using in just one shot. Like, that's absurd. There's no other primary weapon out there other than snipers that could even come close to that. Nothing like the Tsar, not the Torrid, none of the other endgame weapons. Like, as far as damage is concerned, snipers blow everything else out of the water. Like, Tigris isn't even close to sniper rifles right now. The other reason why sniper rifles are so ridiculously strong is that they have the combo counter, much like melee weapons, and as you can see here, as soon as I scope in to see somebody, you can see that my combo counter is at 5.0, or I got like an 11,000, 12,000 times combo counter. And that's dependent on multi-shot. So if you got 2 rounds coming out of the clip, every time you shoot somebody, you're going to get 2 extra bonus points or ticks on your combo counter. So it's really important to have multi-shot on your weapon, and it scales, it works really nicely, it's a really nice synergy, especially if you have multi-shot on your ribbon. And recently the combo counter, I believe it was PoE, is where Warframe, the devs, they updated the combo counter so it no longer instantly depleted as soon as you missed a shot or 2. So if you were at a 3.0 combo counter and you missed 2 shots, immediately your combo went all the way down back to 0. Instead, now it's like the Naramon passive, in that each shot you miss, it will take 1 away. So even despite you having multi-shot, it will still only count as 1 shot missed. And in addition to that, the combo counter will deplete over time if you aren't consistently hitting enemies. However, this isn't an issue because you can still take it to ridiculous levels, as you can see right here with a 12,000 combo counter. At this point, you're probably also wondering why or how I'm shooting so fast. Well, if you look at the top right hand corner of my screen, you can see that little arcane symbol, and that arcane is called arcane momentum. And I know a lot of people were complaining about all the arcanes I was using, like Energize and all the other ones, and Zenistar and everything I was using in my previous video regarding Mag and how it wasn't accessible to new players. Well, Arcane Momentum is one of the cheapest arcanes in the game, and I'm sure you can pick up like a full set for 50 plat at most. It's really cheap to get these arcanes, and people will practically give them away. Essentially what they do is give you 100% reload speed for sniper rifles on a critical hit. And when it's totally maxed out, I believe it's a 40% chance, and it will give you that 100% extra reload speed for 8 seconds. Now, that is really, really good when you have it on a weapon whose fire rate is entirely dependent on reload speed. So, with all of my mods on there and this, even with only one set, I am currently at 192% extra reload speed, which allows me to fire at a rate of around 3.5 rounds per second on a sniper rifle with a 5.0 combo counter and just absurd damage. Now you can start to see where this gets a little bit ridiculous, right? Now, I'm going to stop the gameplay here and go over to my builds for both my Wukong and then my Vectis, and then I'll pick it up back later if you still want to see the rest of the gameplay, and you can just continue on your merry way. Anyways, over to the builds now. Okay, moving on over to the builds now. First, I got Wukong here. Let's see. Okay, so pretty much it's just a basic D5 build. Like, I mean, I got duration and efficiency on there, prime continuity, streamline, prime flow, fleeting expertise. That is 2 from the top. You can have it 1 from the top. There's no reason to have it all the way ranked up. Only, I guess, somewhat weird thing I guess some people wouldn't be running is both Rage and Hunter Adrenaline. I just like running it, so I have no energy problems whatsoever. I also have Energize on, but there's no need for Energize, so don't worry if you don't have an Energize set. Anyways, Energize is becoming a lot cheaper since the Eidolons now drop them, as opposed to having to do JV, which was a real pain in the ass. Narrow-minded, and then Vitality. So just a basic Wukong build. I got Streamline Form. I actually just really enjoy running this mod. I just find it a lot more fun to play with it. And Deadeye. Now this is a really important mod because it'll give you 52.5% extra damage for your sniper rifle, and that is added onto Serration. So it really doesn't make heavy caliber worth running at all on your sniper rifle because it'll suffer diminishing returns from both Serration and Deadeye, so just don't even run it. Plus it'll reduce your accuracy, which Vectis already has 100% accuracy, so you don't really want to do that. Now over to the really important build, which is the Vectis. Now here's what I'm running, and it looked like it might look a bit scary at first with all the prime mods and stuff and Riven, but anyway, it's not actually all that bad. And if you don't have a really good Riven, or you don't have Prime Being and Corrupted, or whatever faction you might be fighting against, Grenier or Corpus Infested, there's no need to worry about that. Okay, so we got Serration, Split Chamber, Prime Bane, and Corrupted if you don't have this mod, or you can just run the regular Bane mod. So whatever that is, I think it's down here. Like, the regular Bane mods are fine. Like, no need to have the Prime Bane mod, it just makes it better. Also, we got Depleted Reload. This is a necessary mod. Unless you already have reduced magazine capacity on your Riven, you're going to need this mod on there. Okay? And then Vital Sense and Point Strike, that's just for extra crit. You definitely want Point Strike on there, and then Hunter Munitions. Hunter Munitions is essential because when you're fighting armored targets, I wouldn't be running this build versus unarmored, but when you're fighting armored targets, Hunter Munitions is essential for this build, because otherwise you're not going to be doing all that much damage, and you need to get those slash procs to be able to kill the enemies. Moving on over to my Riven, I got critical damage, reload speed, and multi-shot. And minus zoom. This is an almost perfect roll. If I wanted to change anything, I would switch out the reload speed for critical chance to increase the chance of me getting 100 munitions to proc. Minus plus reload speed isn't bad. I mean, it's a positive. It's just not as good as it could be. Critical damage and multi-shot are two really good ones, and then minus zoom. Vectis is interesting. It's not actually that hard to roll a very good Riven for it, because unlike most weapons, it actually has two really good negatives that actually benefit. Both minus zoom and minus magazine capacity both benefit the Vectis. And if you get minus magazine capacity, you don't have to run depleted reload on there, giving you space for another mod, but you might not like the zoom in that much, so you might also be only running 40% zoom, 40% headshot bonus in your sniper as opposed to 60%, so it's kind of a toss-up between which one's better. If I had to guess which one would actually be better, I mean, minus magazine capacity would be ideal with critical damage, critical chance, and multi-shot. Like, that would be the perfect roll that you could get on one of these. However, this was reasonably cheap. I got it for 250 platinum trade chat. Yeah, good luck getting Rivens in trade chat. I wish you all the best. If you don't have a Riven there, no need to worry. You can just put in Charge Chamber. The only thing that could actually make this build better is that if I had Prime Chamber, but that is like 40,000 plat, and I don't have that much. I got 36, so it's not happening for me, sadly. As far as my companion, I mean, doesn't really matter, just a regular build. He died, so, because I was running Wukong, I just, you know, there's the build, in case you want it. And then I also run Artax, nothing on there, just so I don't have to deal with all the difficult switching around the mod slots. I just find it annoying. Gear doesn't really matter. I had a Spectre, he didn't really do anything. Anyways, I'm going to go back to the gameplay, and I'm going to show the rest of my gameplay all the way up to a little over 2 hours. You can keep watching the video if you want. If you don't, thanks for watching. Please leave a like if you liked it, dislike it if you don't, and let me know why in the comment section. As always, I'd like to thank you for watching the video, and I hope to see you in the next one.
Another life support capsule. Critical life support levels. Extraction is your best option. The longer you fight, the more successful we will be.
Let's go on the offensive.
You are running out of time. Consider extraction. Life support has been replenished. Life support on the way. Extraction is ready. Additional life support has arrived. Should keep you going for a while. Extraction is ready. Life support has been replenished. Capsule. Critical life support levels. Extraction is your best option. Another life support capsule is now available. Life support activated. Running out of time. Consider extraction. We will all share in this bounty. Hold out as long as you can. Life support incoming. That should keep you for a while. Life support activated. I've delivered another life support capsule. Life support levels. Extraction is your best option. Life support has been replenished. Prepare for life support. Tenno, extraction is ready. Additional life support has arrived.